Hold on to your butt!
Personal log.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
Sean.
Father, what's
It's
going
me.
on? What's happening?
I'm your dad. Sean, are you...
What's going on? Father? Father!
Shh, it'll be...
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's some...
Who is Father?
Father? Father! Father! Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you... Let's start anew.
Give me Sean, the real...
I know.
Just... help me understand what's going on here.
I promised answers, and answers you shall have. But I need you to realize that this... You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find you. It's good to finally meet you. I am... your son.
How is that?
I know this is in the vault. You had no concept of the passage of time. You were but then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That and here I am. To you, that would certainly seem true. But to the Institute, at that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. Scientific curiosity.
Right.
So they followed the best example.
Sure. So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point of... Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had... But then the Institute found me. After discovering records from Vault 111, I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my... I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths...
Sean. It's really you.
It really is. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long. It wasn't until I became director that I...
Kellogg was...
After what he's done, The Institute took advantage of Kellogg Institute technology. He never failed the Institute. But his cruelty, I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you... us. What else can I say? To ease your mind.
Your mother.
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her...
Sean.
I have no doubt. I'm afraid I have very little experience with those emotions. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. With old age comes regret. But what matters? What else can I say?
So you're in charge of the...
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades at the Institute.
They're scared of you, Sean.
People are always frightened by what... Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. I've been a part of something amazing here.
Right.
And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that...
Sure. Yes, that's what I want.
I know. I know you've been through so much. Forgive me. I'd assume that after everything I'm sure you've seen above ground, you would be more than a bit biased against us. There is much to be done. You'll need time to acclimate yourself, a chance to become acquainted with our procedures.
Is all that really necessary? What's there to learn?
For now, it is enough that you understand that the Institute really is devoted to the betterment of humanity. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course?
Sean, about this synth.
You mean the child? It's a fascinating project, really. There are issues to be solved, of course, but we've made remarkable progress.
He's definitely impressive.
Yes, it's pushed our technology to the limit. We've gained some value. I'll make sure it's brought back online in the near future. You'll have an opportunity, but I'll admit I'm curious. As a parent looking for a child, looking for the younger version of me, what do you think? Do you think you could love him? Like you would a real boy?
I don't need a synth. I found the real Sean.
Yes, but not the Sean you were looking for. In some... I wouldn't claim to know everything you're feeling, but if in some small way the boy's presence can help.
Sean.
Hello, Father. I hope your time in the Institute has been enjoyable.
Almost done.
All systems
Need to
nominal.
tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month.
Hi, Doc.
They weren't
I don't
kidding.
know.
You really are.
Most of them have lasted
Well,
long
all right.
past their projected
I'm
lifespans.
Allie
If you ask
Fenway.
me,
You can
they
think
were
of me
built
as the
pretty well.
Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water, and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
On board with what?
The Institute, of course. Sean implied you operated on a level, if not equal, then at least similar to the rest of us. Curious. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division...
It must be a challenge to meet the...
Absolutely. We scratch and... Over the years, we've learned a few tricks that help. When necessary, we can tap into... Fortunately, advanced systems is all... It's a good thing, too, because... You don't even want to know what a single use of the molecular dematerializer consumes. I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Thanks again.
Of course.
Hey.
Greetings, sir.
We're all looking forward to working with you.
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours. Ransacking my quarters in the middle of the night is totally unacceptable.
I'll pass along your message, Doctor.
See that you do. Our new synths are so lifelike, I keep mistaking them for real people.
Doctor.
Welcome. Welcome. It is...
It'll take some time, but I could learn to like it here.
I'm so glad to hear you say so. And promise you should know that many of us consider it a great honor.
Reporting status.
Seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads together.
What now?
They're dragging
Good to
their
see
feet
you.
on the targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. Send a message.
Always be vigilant.
Glad you made
There's
it.
enough friction
have
as it
many
is between
enemies.
us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see.
I know it'll be a difficult
Excuse me,
adjustment
Doctor.
for you,
So,
but try to remember that synths
here you
aren't
are.
people.
Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity.
I'm sure you understand. There won't be any
issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions, It's nothing personal, I assure you. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human...
I'm sure it's best for everyone if the synths remain here.
Certainly. We can't allow sophisticated Institute technology. The results could be disastrous. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are... Well, I gather you know all this, since you've encountered... In fact, I'd very much like to know...
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we... Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
I'm good for now, thanks.
Very well.
Pardon me, sir.
Scanning. Subject identified.
No visible reaction to the K-14 compound. We'll start the next trial. The dosage will be much larger this time, and the side effect.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
Well, that was productive.
Don't worry. I promise I won't get in your way.
Thank you, I do appreciate that. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get...
Is everything okay, Dr. Lee?
Yes, things are... It's fine. I'm sorry, I don't socialize much. I
wish I had more time to spend with Quentin, but I can't be in 2 places at once. We haven't been able to crack that one yet.
Is it true food supplement 77 has been discontinued?
That is correct.
That was my favorite one.
Have you had time to examine my latest reports on batch 274?
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operations at Warwick. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side.
I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by now. It's remarkable that any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. And those...
Hey, Doc.
There's still
Welcome.
people, and they're
so good to
suffering.
have you here. Dr. Clayton
least
Holdren,
admit that it's
head of the
regrettable.
Bioscience Division.
After all,
I can't
how
wait
can
for you
we
to see
hope
the
to
work we're
redefine
doing.
mankind
It's
if we
truly
can't
amazing.
Hold on to our own humanity.
I look forward to learning more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of study such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point.
Seems like there's nothing you guys can't do.
With hard work and ingenuity, any challenge can be overcome.
I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but...
Great. I was hoping... In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer...
Uh-huh. I'm good for now, thanks.
Take care, then.
Hello. Child synth. It's just remarkable.
We don't usually welcome outsiders. I hope you can appreciate your good fortune.
Son.
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
You've got technology here that I never dreamed possible. It's amazing.
I'm glad you can appreciate what we've accomplished. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. The goal is best summarized by our motto: mankind, redefined. Unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for...
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is best for our synths. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many in... I've dispatched a courser to Libertalia. I'd like you to join him and reclaim that synth.
We'll bring that synth home.
That would be best for everyone. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger, and a delay could cost lives. Libertalia isn't hard to find. Just look for the jumble of wrecked ships floating in the harbor.
One of these houses would be a good place to set up some beds.
Here's that holotape you gave me. Full of Institute data. I hope.
Well, all right. I'll start digging into this and see if I can make heads or tails of it.
The Institute isn't our enemy, remember.
I know, but it never hurts to be prepared. Just in case they... all the good stuff on you. After that...
Let's trade.
What's up?
I'd like to trade some items.
What's up?
I hope all your needs are being seen to. Let me know if you're not.
Do we really need all these coursers roaming the halls? Synths aren't human beings, but supposedly they're the future of humanity. I'll never understand it.
Dad says I'm as good as he is with computers.
Sweet. Got it.
threat level.
Nice. Nice. Got it.
Scanner's clear. Surprise contact. Engaging. Sensor alert. Anomaly.
That's it.
Engaging the human
Got it.
There we go.
Dr. Holdren's synth gorilla project is showing promising results.
Please resist any urge you might feel to eat the specimens in the hydroponic garden.
You wouldn't happen to have a spare polarizer on you, would you?
Hi.
Theoretical limits are made to be broken.
It's hard to stand out when you're surrounded by geniuses. Rosalind is as smart as she is beautiful. I just wish I could get her to notice me.
sucking down a lot of rats.
Well, I'm glad to see the relay didn't completely vaporize you.
The interceptor worked. It was rough, but it worked.
Amazing. And what about the serum? Did you find the serum?
Got it right here.
That's it. That's really it. All right. Let's see. Retrovirus has matured nicely. Density gradient is high. Recombinant counter-intron sequences look stable. Transcriptive exons.
Bingo.
Strands are formed.
That's good.
It is.
Uh-huh.
Right. Here we go. And now, we wait.
How long will it take?
I don't know. Nothing like that. I'm going to rest for a while. I'm back in a few. In any event, you kept your end of our bargain.
Protect and serve.
Iron Maiden's out to an early lead, but Piece of Junk's right behind. Bob's your uncle is coming up fast. This race is really heating up. It's a great night out at the track. Hey, boys. Coming up next, Lady Lovelace takes on the Iron Maiden in a head-to-head match. You don't want to miss this. Back to the track. Old Rusty's as steady as ever. Let's give him a hand, huh?
I'm ready to move in, sir.
You must be the courser I'm supposed to meet.
Yes, sir. Designation xXTDMEXPERTXx. I've already neutralized the perimeter guard. Just give the word, and we can start the assault on the main flotilla.
So long as he doesn't start eyeing me up for reclamation, it'll probably be good to have an...
Uh-huh. What do we know about this synth, Gabriel?
Designation B592 is holed up in the shack on top of the up. He's probably got his best fighters with him. So we...
Right.
So, are you...
All right, let's go.
Right behind you, sir.
Wouldn't want it going to waste now, would we? Heading to Libertalia. Someone's coming. Now.
Let's do this.